Hi, I'm Greg, your car angel. In this video, I'll be talking about the 12 questions to ask when buying a car. Now, a lot of times when you buy a car, you're going to be leaving a voicemail. And before I get into the 12 questions to be asking from an actual person on the phone, you probably will encounter a voicemail. And there's a protocol to that. And that protocol is that you have to distinguish yourself as a true legitimate buyer. Okay, keep in mind that the seller will be getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of different people. Okay, they're going to be getting them from listing agents trying to get them to list the car, from Craigslist trollers, from scammers, from dealers and brokers. You got the whole gamut of calls coming in, and you have to sort of shine. And the way that you do that is you distinguish yourself as a true, legitimate, private party buyer, right? So you say your full name, you might say exactly where you live, sort of like, yeah, we live in La Jolla and we're interested in coming to see the car if that's where the car is listed. And now, after you leave that message and you leave your phone number, you're going to follow up with a text. And studies have shown that texts get opened up almost immediately, and far more frequently than voicemails being listened to. So you follow up with that, and you say in that text, I'm interested in your car, I left a voicemail, can I talk to you? Right? Just something simple like that. Okay, now, the 12 questions that I'm about to ask are all really important. And you don't have to necessarily write them down because I have them as a PDF download on the site. It's part of the 10 easy steps to buying a high quality used car program that I have. So the first question that you ask, right, is, are you the original owner? Now, they might be the second owner, they might be the original owner, but you want to know that. And if they are not the original owner, how long have you owned the car? And the answer that you're looking for is longer than 3 or 6 months, because if it's 3 or 6 months, then the likelihood of them being a broker or a dealer or a curb stoner is high. So after you know how long they've owned it, you want to know if the car is paid off and if there's any liens on it. Because if there's a lien on it, then there's another step to the buying that is involving the credit union or the bank, and you should know that. You're really looking for a free and clear title. So speaking of the title, after you get that information, you're going to want to know whose name is on the title, right? Because you're still, during this entire process, one thing you have to understand is that you are always making sure that the person that's selling this car is the real owner and not somebody acting like they're the owners. There's a lot of scams out there, and you have to really understand that you're trying to make sure that you don't get caught up in that. And the way to do that is to know that they are the legitimate owners of that car. Their name is on the title and that they've owned it for a lengthy time. So the next question you ask, and again, you don't have to write these down. These aren't a PDF download, but I just want to go through these. Is if the car has ever been in an accident or ever repainted in any way. And the answer that you're looking for there is no, it's accident free, or they might tell you about a small incident that happened, but you just want to make sure that you have the information, because later you're going to be inspecting the car, and if it inspects where you see that during the inspection process that it has been repainted or in an accident, then you know that they weren't telling you the truth. So you just want to get that information. The next one is, what is the current mileage? That's easy. And of those miles, were they highway or city miles? Very important to know from the owner how the car was driven, because as I tell all my clients, it's not how many miles a car has on it that's so important, it's what type of miles. Freeway miles are far, far easier on a car than hard city miles. And if you want to know more information about that, I have that on my website as well. Next, you want to know how the car was maintained, whether it was dealer maintained or maintained by a private garage. The reason you want to know that is because dealer maintenance is much better. Not that private garages have a problem with maintenance or doing maintenance on cars, but a dealer will be specialized, and usually someone who uses a dealer for their maintenance is going to have all the maintenance done according to the scheduled maintenance book in the car. And then of course you want to know, are those service records available for viewing, because you want to back up what they're saying. Next is the car been garage kept? Just want to know that, because a garage kept car is a gem, and usually people who keep their cars in the garage are, you know, fastidious about other things such as maintenance, so it's a good sign. And of course the next question is, why are they selling the car? That's the golden question, right? You want to know, what is the reason? It has to sound like it's legitimate, because if they're just saying, well, you know, we have too many cars, you know, you just want to, again, make sure that whoever's selling this car is a legitimate seller and not some broker or dealer. The next question is crucial. When is the earliest I can see the car? Now, keep in mind that we're trying to set up an appointment here, right? Because if everything panned out of these questions before, the ideal question at that point is, can we set up an appointment to look at the car at the earliest convenience? Because you want to be the first person to look at the car. Keep in mind, if this is a really nice car, which we hope it is, that there's going to be other people contacting this seller, and they're also going to be vying for an appointment. So you get that appointment. Now, after you get that appointment, then you ask for the VIN, right? You don't ask for the VIN before, because if you ask for the VIN number before, then they might have to scurry off and look in the glove compartment and call you back, and in that time you might have lost your slot in looking at the car first. So after you get the VIN number, of course, now you can check the Carfax. And you're checking the Carfax for valuable information such as how many owners there were, and how how it was driven, perhaps, whether it's coming from a different state or not. Very important. So you're going to check the Carfax, and I have a Carfax link on the website here that you can use, and that's a great way to go. So now after you get the Carfax and you vet the car and make sure that it is basically what they're telling you, that it's how many owners or whatever, and accident free, then you're going to know whether to contact that person back and cancel the appointment because it's not a good car, or to just continue with that appointment and see the car, and then you go into the inspection mode, which is a whole nother step to this process. But these are the questions that you ask when you are buying a car, when you contact the seller. So I'm Greg, your car angel. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.